Okay, so this is for those of you that were absent yesterday. So what you need to do is you need to take your pencil and you're going to put a dark layer like this, about that thick, all the way around your rectangle. Okay, you want to push down kind of hard and get that dark layer. Then you're going to put a light layer like this outside of it. Okay, just a very light layer. Okay, then you're going to take your blending stump and you want to use the side of your blending stump, not the tip. You want to use the side. So using the side and holding it like this, you'll go around in circles like this as you kind of pull out and go towards the middle just slightly, but keep going around like this so that you are blending this. Now I would suggest that in order to not get graphite on your hand, go ahead and put a paper down or something. And remember, you're using the side of your blending stump and you're going in circles just like this, okay? Then you'll move up and then do the same thing. Just keep doing that all the way around till that's blended like that. Okay? And then you can always turn it if it starts getting too dark. You can turn it and blend it some more in circles. Once you've done that, then you can take a clean part of your stick and just kind of go like this in the middle and just blend it a little bit more. You don't need to put too much more in the middle, just kind of keep it like that. So this way you have all four of them completed. Now this one I would go back in and I will do this one again because it wasn't completely blended, but just like that, and then smooth it out. Okay, so that you have it's blended like this. Okay? Okay, now for this next part of the lesson, what you're going to do is you're going to start with your top layer of your ribbon. So this is kind of how we did the trees. Remember where we used the V method? So what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 lines, and only 2 lines for right now in each of these sections. But I'm going to start with this section here. And when you make your lines, you want to just make them curvy. Maybe take it like right there. Now you want to come over here and instead of reading it real skinny, you want to kind of make it fan out. So let's start right here in the middle and follow. You want to follow the same shape that you have here. So this one is going to mirror that same shape, but then when you come out, you're going to fan it out. So see how I did that? You went down and then fanned it out. Now I'm going to take the same shape and instead of going straight up, I'm going to fan this one out like this too. Okay? Now I'm going to use the V method like what we did with the tree. I'm going to go here and here. Then I will come down here and do the same thing. Here and here. Okay? Let's make that one a little thinner. So this is why we use a pencil and we have an eraser. I'm going to erase this. And then I'm going to bring it up higher so that it kind of goes like this. Okay? Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to make another one. And I'm going to start this one so that it kind of goes like this. You can do it however you want. And then remember, it's going to fan out. So let's take it like this. And then make it fan out there. and make it fan out there, okay? Then you'll do the V method. So I'm going to do the V method like this, and then the V method like that, okay? Now what we're going to do is we are going to take our eraser, and we're going to erase the inside right here. Well, actually, let's wait for a minute because this is going to get a little dirty anyway with our pencil lead. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and remember how we did our outside line here? We're going to do that here too. And the pencils I'm giving you, you don't need to push down real hard because these are pretty dark pencils anyway. And remember to put one in here, and then one line in here. Then we'll do the same thing over here. And notice how I'm making it a little bit thicker. You don't want it too thick, but you don't want it too thin either. So see how it's a lot darker than this side? Okay, and then a little bit in here, and then do the same thing over here. Okay, now you do a really thin layer outside, and you want a very light pencil pressure, just so you're creating that cast shadow. Okay, so it's got like a cast shadow, very light outside like this. Okay, and then do the same thing over here. Do a really light shadow. And another light shadow. Okay. Just like that. And then you're going to take your blending stump and you're going to blend that out. Remember, you're just using the side of your blending stump like this and going around in circles. Okay? And you can always turn your paper just like this. Okay? And then do that with the other side too. Now once you do that, you can also take your Q-tip and you can pick up some of that dark, if you've got it, if here in the middle, you want it kind of to be light. So just kind of use your Q-tip to pick up some of that graphite and smooth it around, okay? Okay, and then I'm not done here. I still got to do this side. Okay, so that you should have that cast shadow around just like that. Okay, then you can go back in with your eraser and erase some of this inside because you want the top layer to be white. But be careful, you don't want to erase outside of it. Okay. And this is going to be your first layer. Okay. And don't use your hand to swipe it, because if you do, then you end up smearing it, and you don't want to get any of that smear inside. So you can just go ahead and use, if you need another Q-tip, I have plenty, and just go ahead and wipe that off, just like that. Okay, and then you will do this with all of them, with your other 4. And keep in mind that when you do this, you want to try to make it so that your ribbons come together. So for instance, this one comes up here. Maybe take this one and put it like this. And then remember, you're going to make it smaller here, and then fan out and fan out, and then put your V. Okay? That way it kind of looks like it's going into it. And then you could do this somewhere else. You can just maybe go like this and like this. Okay. So you go ahead and do that. Just do your first layers with the ribbons all the way around. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I will show you what I have. And then after that, we'll move on to our second layer. Okay? All right. Okay, so I'm almost finished with this, but I wanted to come back in and show you again, really quickly and slower, how you're blending this layer right here. So you're going to use the side, not the tip, but you're going to use the side of your blending stump, and making sure that you put it right up against the edge. Just slowly go in circles. And then you can also take your blending stump and just go over the line, push down as you go over the line to smooth that line out, and then go in circular motions again. Okay, so just, you can take it and go on the line like this to smooth out that black line, and then just go in circles with the side of your blending stump, not the tip, but the side. So you're kind of laying it down and doing it like this, okay? So you want to do it very carefully, and then go over that black line again with the point. So that's the only time you want to use the point, is when you're going over that line, and then as you're smoothing everything else out, you want to use the side, okay? Just like that, okay? Okay, one more thing before you finish with this. Take your eraser and go inside of your ribbon and erase some of that dark that's in there, because this is your top layer, and your top layer should be the lightest. Okay, so go ahead and do that. And like I said, instead of using your hand, which I just did, my bad, you will use your Q-tip to get that out of there. so that you don't smear everything, okay? And just go ahead and do that, okay? So here we're done with our first layer. Okay, so this next part we are going to do is our second layer. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pencil and we are going to start putting down a couple of more ribbons, but this time you want the ribbons to go behind these ribbons. So you want these ribbons are going to be overlapping, so you're going to draw these so they go behind. So how you're going to do that is, for instance, I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go up just like I did with my other ones, but then I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to bring this down, and let's fan it out. Okay? Then I'm going to pick it up on this side, exactly where that left off. So pretend like you're still drawing that line, but don't draw it. Just take it over, and then go ahead and bring it up, or whatever you want to do with it. Okay, do the same thing here. We'll go pretend like we're drawing it. Go over and bring it up. And let's just take that one behind it. Okay, just like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my V right there. So let's put a little bit of light off of it so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Let's see how this looks. How's that? Yeah, that looks better there. Okay. So now you can see my V. Okay. And now I'm going to do the same thing with another ribbon. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to start out and I'm going to go down, stop, act like I'm drawing it, and go straight down, but then pick it up. And I'm going to go that way with this one. Do the same thing here. I'm going to fan it and then come down, stop, pretend like I'm still drawing it, and then bring this one here. Okay, I think I'm going to take that one right there. Okay. All right. And then I will put my V and then my V. I forgot my V over here, so I'm going to put my V and then my V. Okay. Let me make this V a little bit longer. All right. And we're going to do the same thing what we did before, only this time we don't need to make as dark of a line. We just need to put one layer down like this. Come back over here, carry it on. Carry it on. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Go ahead and bring this down. Pick it back up over here and carry it on. Just like that. Okay? Then we will take our blending stump and you can use it, you can clean the blending stump with some of the sandpaper I have. Okay? And I'm gonna, my blending stump over here is, this one's cleaner. Okay, and I don't have sandpaper at home, so I'm just doing it this way. Then you're gonna go ahead and use the point of your blending stump to smooth that out and then bring it out just a little bit. Okay? Okay. Just like that. Okay. And you need to work it. And then do the same in the middle. And this time you're using more of the point of the blending stump than the side like we used before. So you're using more of the point. Bring it out. Now see how I'm kind of going out like this? Okay, and then you'll go circular. Okay, turn your paper around if you need to, and then do this other side. So go over the line with your point, bring it out, and then circular. So you have just a light layer right there. Now this one underneath is going to be a little bit darker than this top one. So you can go ahead and use your blending stump to color that in a little bit so that it's a little bit darker. Okay? And then just move on up. Darken it in a little bit with your blending stump that already has the graphite on it. And then go ahead and blend that part using the point. Just like that. Okay? Now once you get that done, then you can use the side to just go over the lines a little bit more. To smooth those out. Okay? And I'm going to put a little bit more dark in here. Okay, now I'm working this side. So you just keep on working it. Bring it up, come up here and work this one. Once you bring that out a bit, then you can go ahead and smooth it out. Okay, and then I'm going to darken this a little bit. And then darken this a little bit with my blending stump that already has graphite on it. Okay, there. Now if you need to, you go back in with the pencil if you got any graphite inside that white part that's supposed to be the lightest. Go ahead and pick some more of that graphite up. Smooth it out. Just like that. Okay? And now you got your second layer down. And then I will go and I will do that with all of my different areas. Now I do see that some of this is still a little dark, so I'm going to pick some of that up. We don't want it too dark, but we don't want it too light either. So, okay, should have kept it a little darker. There we go. Yeah, that's good. All right. So I will do that with everything, and then I will have my second layer done, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, before I go and finish my other squares, I wanted to just show you what to do for your final layer, okay? For your final layer, what you're going to do is you are going to make some half circles in different sections. Now, like in this big section right here, I would probably put one here, and one here. In this, I'd probably put just one, and then maybe 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, maybe just 2 here, maybe 1. So the bigger area, I would put 3. So what I'm talking about is I will make a half moon, just like that, and then I would darken it in. Do it very carefully. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to do half a moon and then darken it in. Okay. And then I'm going to do one up here. Do half a moon and then darken it in. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the same thing here, but it doesn't have to be exactly, opposite of this, but you can if you want. Just go ahead and put your half moon. You need to push down really hard to darken this in. Put a half moon here. Darken that in. And I'm going to put another half moon here. This is a little bit bigger. So you will keep doing that, just putting half moons and then darkening them in. Let's put one here. Let's put one here and then one here. Let's put a half moon right there. Let's see. I'm going to put a little half moon there. Put a little half moon there. Okay, and then darken them in. So you don't want to put more than 3 half moons in the bigger areas. And then some areas, like this little area right here, I just have 1. This one's smaller too, so I only put 2. But with the bigger ones, I went ahead and put 3. With the bigger areas. Okay, so I'm going to stop and I will come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, so I wanted to show you what it looked like with it completed. And you will do this to all of this. So this got all 3 layers. So remember, this one you're going to put down the underlapping layers, 2 underlapping ribbons, and then you're going to make the half circles, and you will do that with each of the sections. Okay? All right.